Oh no.
That's much better.
Robbie's headmaster's taking over. Get out of here, head. Don't get ahead of things, Robbie. Pah!
Ow.
Okay.
It's a
That was the worst.
hairy situation. Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. I don't know why I pointed to you while I was talking about me, but anyway, Kyle, how are you today? Happy Hump Day.
Yeah, we made it, Robbie. Middle of the week, we did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, oh man, I'm tired today. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's all right.
Sorry if I can't give my all tonight. I'm just really I just had a long.
All right, I'll pull you along like I usually do.
Okay.
So for tonight's episode, we have entered a new month, the month of October.
Great month.
The temperatures are changing, Halloween is coming, and one of my favorite parts of this month is it is also time for the MLB playoffs. That's right.
Ooh, yay.
Major League Baseball playoffs have kicked off this week. Unfortunately, our beloved Boston Red Sox did not make the playoffs this season. Will not be defending their World Series title, so we mourn the loss, but at the same time, we move on. I know, it's tough. We'll be okay.
Oh God, they won a World Series last year, but...
I know. But what we did want to do is we wanted to actually give you our, like we do every year, our MLB playoff predictions. So what we're going to do is we're kind of do it like bracketology style. We're going to go sort of through each round and sort of see who we think is going to be advancing all the way to World Series champion, and at the end of the postseason, I guess we'll see how we did.
We'll see, especially because I have not been following baseball at all this season. I may have seen like one Red Sox game or two. So, yeah, we'll see how far that at least takes my predictions.
That's all right. So, we'll start with the National League, because their field is completely set. The AL still has their wild card game to be played tonight, but we'll sort of factor that in as we make our picks.
All right.
So in the National League, we'll start off with the team with the best record, the Los Angeles Dodgers, who, by the way, have been to 2 straight World Series, losing both times, including to the Red Sox last year. They are facing the Washington Nationals, who won the NL wild card game last night in a thriller 4-3 over Milwaukee. So that series will begin tomorrow in LA against a best-of-5 series. So, Kyle, let me kick things off with you. You got, again, top-seeded Dodgers versus essentially the 4th-seeded Nationals. Who do you like in that series?
Oh, man. I'm totally not going to wing it, guys, at all. I'm probably going to just go for... I don't know. I feel like the Nationals are pretty good, so I'll go for the Nationals.
Ooh, all right. You're picking the underdog.
Yeah, I like the underdog.
Yeah, I was about to say,
me.
you definitely, I was going to say, you definitely, like, always go for the underdog team, which I respect, you know? Somebody, so, I'm not surprised by that pick at all. The Nationals, not a bad pick. The Nationals have had a good year and could definitely give the Dodgers a run for their money. That being said, so this is kind of a tough pick for me to make, because on one hand, do I go with my head or do I go with my heart situation? See, my sister, Sarah, who's been on the show several times, actually currently lives in Washington, D.C., and because of that has become a fan. Obviously, she still loves the Red Sox, without a question. But she's also become a fan of the Washington Nationals, goes to a bunch of their games, and so that being said, it's tough because the Nationals are sort of the team, since the Red Sox didn't make it, that I'm kind of pulling for because of that connection. But at the same time, the Dodgers, are the best team in the National League. So it's like, do I go with my head or do I go with my heart? I'm going to go with my head,
Right.
and I'm going to pick the Dodgers. I think it's going. I think they're going to win 4 games. I think the Nationals may steal one either in LA or in Washington. We'll have to see, but I think it's going to be Dodgers in 4. I think the Dodgers have been playing really good baseball this year, and I don't see any reason why they shouldn't win the series.
Fun fact: Grant Gustin, the guy who plays the Flash on the CW series, is a fan of the Dodgers.
Okay. Cool.
Just wanted to point that out there. That's all.
Cool fact. All right, so now it's time for the other National League Division Series, which is the 2-3 matchup. The 2 seed versus the 3 seed. It is the 2-seeded, second seeded St. Louis Cardinals, who just won the National League Central Division. And they will be taking on the 3rd seed Atlanta Braves. Again, that series will also beginning tomorrow night in St. Louis. Actually, I just want to make sure that I have those seeds right. Give me 1 second here. I'm pretty sure. No, I'm sorry. I flip-flopped it. The Braves are the 2 seed and the Cardinals are the 3 seeds. So that series will actually be kicking off in Atlanta. Tomorrow night. I'll go first on this one, and I'm gonna pick the Braves.
Okay.
Obviously, I think this series could very well end up going like 6 games, maybe even 7 games. I mean, sorry, it's best of 5. Could end up going the full 5 games. I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I think at the end of the day, the Braves have been very strong this year. They've been playing really well, especially in a tough league, the NL East. I think they're going to get it done. I think that they, even if it goes to full 5, if they're being in Atlanta at home, I think they find a way to get it done and move on to face the Dodgers. So, Kyle, what are your thoughts? Braves and Cardinals.
I'm going to have to be brave on this one and pick the Cardinals. Haha. Didn't see that coming, huh?
Yeah, very good use of punnery or whatever you want to call it. All right, so basically you and I picked completely different...
We're the contrarian...
for this league, at least. So, all right, so now we'll move on to the NL Championship Series, which will be best of 7. So it'll be So, Kyle, I'll let you go first on this one. So you have then the Nationals versus the Braves. So who would you pick? I mean, Nationals versus the Cardinals. Sorry, yes, you're correct. Nationals versus the Cardinals. So who is your choice in that essentially 3 versus 4 matchup?
Probably the Nationals, I think.
Okay.
I still think they're at least in my opinion, they seem like the stronger team. At least from from when I've from the very little I know about baseball, I feel like the Nationals usually are a pretty solid team. So I'm gonna go with them. Just more of a gut feeling in this one.
All right, so we have it on record. Kyle's National League World Series representative will be the Washington Nationals. Sarah would love you for that pick, by the way. When she watches this, she's gonna love you. And probably hate me. But sorry, Sarah, I love you. Don't kill me. But. So for mine, it was the Dodgers and the Braves, the classic 1 versus 2 matchup.
There you go.
And I'm going to go with the Dodgers again. I think the Dodgers, again, they have sort of the pain of losing 2 straight World Series on their side. I think they find a way to get back to a 3rd World Series title. A third World Series, I should say. I'm not going to tell you if they're going to win the title, but I think they will make it to their 3rd straight World Series. All right, now on to the American League.
All right.
So we have, like I said, there is a game that is still going on, the AL wild card game, which is to decide the 4 seed. And Tampa is actually beating the A's right now 4-1, the top of the 5th in that one. So we're gonna do the winner of that series, the winner of that game, I should say, Tampa Bay versus Oakland. Taking on Houston, who is the top seed in the AL and also had the best record in all of baseball this year. So, Kyle, obviously you kind of have to think about this one a little bit in terms of, who wins tonight and then them facing Houston.
Okay.
So who do you like in a Houston versus either Tampa or Oakland series?
Ooh, well, I think it seems like Tampa has got the upper hand tonight, from what you said. So I think I'm going to guess it's Tampa that's going to win the game tonight. I mean, that's just a prediction. You never know. Sometimes in baseball, you can have these
It's only the fifth inning,
so yeah, you never know.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna just go with another gut feeling. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay is gonna win this game, and against Houston, I think Houston's gonna defeat them.
I agree.
No matter which two teams win, I feel like tonight in those regards.
You mean no matter which team? What's that? Not which two teams.
Sorry, yeah, because both teams, there'll be a tie. Everyone gets trophies. That's how it works, right?
Three-way game.
Okay, guys. Wait, how are they gonna work that? Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to think. So they're either gonna have to combine the teams.
Yeah, how would that work? You have one team playing in the field and then another team playing.
Like batting? Are they just gonna make a mini all-star game and just combine the best catchers?
Yeah, I think you kind of talked yourself into a real great teaser there. But you're going with Houston.
I'm going with Houston. Yeah, that's my guess.
I'm going with Houston as well. I mean, they are a very talented team, pitching wise and offensive wise. I mean, they have the best record in all of baseball this year for a reason. And I see no reason why. I think they're going to sweep, honestly. Even if it's whether it's Oakland or Tampa Bay, I think they win the series pretty easily and move on. Now for the 2 versus 3 matchup, we have this is going to be painful. We have the Yankees, the number 2 seed, taking on the Minnesota Twins, the number 3 seed.
Okay.
Oh, God.
You can't even say it. Robbie can't even say
it. Because it pains me so much to make this pick, but I'm going to have to go with the Yankees.
Oh, Robbie.
I mean, they've just been... I hate to say it, but I mean, they're such a talented team offensively, and I think they have enough...
You know what?
Pitching.
You lost your co-host, buddy. Here. Your new co-host will be a pillow. Here.
Oh, Mr. Pillow. Holding a pillow, talking sports. I hate to say it, but I think the Yankees are going to win it in 4 games. Sorry. Believe me, I would love if Minnesota beat them. Believe me, nothing would give me greater joy in life, but I have to go with my head and get on this one. And say Yankees. Mr. Pillow, what do you think? I say Yankees too. Mr. Pillow, you were a little bit too quick on the trigger there. Shut up! I'm gonna throw you over here.
You know what? Pillow's fired. I'm back on, guys. Hi. I just realized I don't watch baseball that much, so I realized actually it doesn't really bother me, I guess, that much.
So Kyle, that being said, who do you like again in the Yankees versus Twins series?
Oh God. I mean, that's a tough one. I don't know much about the Twins. I feel like maybe I guess I'm just gonna have to side with your pick on this one. Just 'cause I really don't know much about the Twins. I feel like they're not a big noteworthy team this year. I haven't heard much about them. I feel like I hear more about teams like the Nationals, and, Houston, and stuff like that. I feel like I'm gonna have to go with the Yankees in this one too. So, all right,
it's okay. We got through it together. We got through it together. All right, so now moving on to the AL Championship Series. So both of us, unlike in the NL, we both have the same Championship Series this year. We both have Houston and the Yankees. Kyle, who... Again, remember, it's best of 7 for the championship series.
Best of 7.
Houston would be sort of the home field advantage.
Oh.
So, Kyle, who do you like, Houston versus New York?
Oh, you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Houston. I mean, I have no major connections to Houston or anything, I don't think. But I'm going to have to say Houston just because from what I heard, from what you told me, from the very, probably one sentence I heard about Houston this year, wherever that was from, it sounds like they're doing really well. Sounds like they can defeat the Yankees. So,
yeah, I agree completely. I think Houston's going to win it in either 5 or 6 games. I mean, Houston just they've been so talented all year, and I just think they're better than the Yankees by far, and so, or not really by far, but I mean, I think they have so many. I think they have more weapons, and thus I think they get the job done and beat the Yankees to reach. By the way, if Houston were to win the divisional series, this would be the third straight year that Houston has made it to the American League Championship Series, and if they were to beat the Yankees or win the ALCS in general, this would be their second time in 3 years playing in the World Series. So something to keep in mind, because they won it the year before the Red Sox did. They won it in 2017. All right, so our World Series are set. I have the battle of the two top seeded teams.
All right,
Houston versus the Dodgers, and Kyle has the top seed in one versus the bottom seed in another, with Houston versus the Nationals. So I'll go first in my World Series pick, right. And I'm going to pick Houston. I think, I'm sorry, Dodgers, I know you've been to the World Series 3 years in a row, and, this will be a hat trick of losses, but, I mean, the Astros are just so good, and, I mean, I just think they're going to get it done. I think they're going to win their second title in 3 years. I just, that's my gut feeling. We'll see what happens, but, I like Houston to win it all this year. Kyle, who do you want to go with in yours?
That's a tough one because, it's always, this is the toughest one because I want to, So you could either kind of base it on, the top seeded Houston, they're all the way up there, versus the underdogs, and I don't know. You know what? I'll be the contrarian. I'll do Nationals.
Okay. You think the Washington Nationals are going to win the World Series? You know what? I respect that. I respect that pick.
I like those underdog wins. So if they do, then that'd be cool. So.
All right. So like we said, I've got Houston winning it all. Kyle has the Nationals. We could both be really right or both be really wrong, or who knows? We'll have to sort of check back in once the MLB playoffs are done and see how we did. But, obviously we'd love for you guys to tell us who you think is going to win the World Series.
Maybe you guys have similar brackets. Maybe you guys have a completely different path on what you choose or what you predict, I mean.
Yeah, comment with your answers. We'd love to hear from you. So now we're going to...
Maybe you guys actually know more about baseball than I do. So.
That's true, that too. All right, so now we're going to move on to our fantasy football recap.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Because we have a couple weeks to go from...
we took a hiatus last week.
Yeah, we took a hiatus last week. So we'll start out with our league, and we will... we'll start out with our league, and I'll start out. I've kind of struggled in our league these past couple weeks, partially because I don't have a really strong quarterback. So I lost to our pal Gerald, actually, 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
He beat me 135.38 to 98.20. And then this past week, hold on a second. This past week I lost again. Again, just another frustrating loss, 92.74 to 58.60. So I currently stand at 1-3. I'm in 11th place in the league. So looking to get back on track this week, facing Maroon and Maze. And then in my other league, really quick, I'm actually doing a lot better. In my other league, hold on one second. So let me go to 2 weeks ago. I won very close game, 162.16 to 155.34.
Ooh, yeah, you're right. That's pretty close.
And then this past week, I won, again, 133.40 to 120.98. So, a couple of close wins for me. I currently stand at 3-1 in that league, so a complete reversal from my other league.
All right.
And I'm currently in 5th place, so looking to make it 3 wins in a row this coming week for fantasy. But,
nice, dude.
Kyle, let's throw it over to you. I know you've had a bit more success these past couple of weeks than I have.
So I'll start with week 3. Holy crap! So this is the funny thing. I didn't really pay attention to that game at all for some reason that day. I think I was away that Sunday, and I looked at the score, and my jaw hit the ground. So I was. This is. Oh my god! This team name. I'm sorry. I don't know who this is, Robbie, in our team, but they're called the Donkey Punchers.
Yeah, I forget who that is.
Okay. Anyways, so I was up against them week 3, and I won 81.80 to 81.46. So I barely even got like 0.4 more. It was crazy. I couldn't even believe it. That was insane. Because it was very mixed across the board, at least on my team. My quarterback was the one that basically carried the whole team. Was it Winston? And my other players did okay. Chubb did pretty okay Nick Chubb's amazing. he's the other player basically carrying my whole team. And also pretty good from Curtis Samuel. He got 11 points. So everyone else they did okay. They got anywhere between like 0.7 to 8 points or whatever. It was alright. They were all pretty average, but it was an interesting week. I wasn't sure how I was gonna make out, but sorry, donkey punchers. Just I need to punch more donkeys. Whereas this next week, I went up against first place.
Oh, that's Gerald, yeah.
Oh, Gerald. Oh, sorry, Gerald. Yeah, I may have doubled up on your point score there. No offense. So I defeated him 120 to his 65. So yeah, with Jay Winston, Jameis Winston?
Jameis
Winston. Sorry, I'm not good with pronouncing names. So once again, he and Chubb basically carried the whole team. Everyone else did pretty good. Fant, what's his name? Noah Fant, Font? Is it Font or Fant? Noah Fant.
Whatever.
He actually did better this week, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to keep him, through for the upcoming Sunday. So the LA defense did really good. But basically, yeah, Chubb got 36 points. He was just killing it. And yeah, Jameis Winston got 30 points. So they basically just carried my whole team.
Yeah, so basically in our league, I had 2 straight losses and you have 2 straight wins. So yeah, 3. That's right. You're doing pretty well for yourself. So good job. All right, so now is time for, I think, your favorite new segment of the show, the Robbie Favorites Football Recap. Because there's a lot to get to for my 3 favorite teams these past few weeks. So we'll start at the high school level, Wellesley High. They have won. They've won 3. They've started off 4-0. So since the last time we talked to you, they beat East Bridgewater. They then beat Walpole, and then they beat New North. So it's been a good week, a couple of good weeks for them. Yeah,
it's very good.
It's been a couple really good weeks for them, and what was I gonna say? And so yeah, like I said, they're 4-0, and they're facing Natick this weekend.
Ooh, big name.
Who's also 4-0. So it's going to be a big game for the conference. So very excited about that game. Will be Friday in Natick. And then BC. BC's kind of been up and down. BC lost... BC beat Rutgers, so they were able to bounce back from their victory against Kansas. and beat Rutgers. And then they lost, unfortunately, though, their second conference game of the season to Wake Forest. So now they're 2-2 overall and 1-1 in conference play. Right. Sorry, they're 3-2 overall and 1-1 in conference play. Sorry, I'm getting my records all mixed up. But anyway, 3-2, 1-1 in conference play, and they will be on the road this week to take on Louisville.
Oh, nice.
So we'll see if they're hopefully able to pull out a big conference win in that one. And then, of course, the New England Patriots. They are currently, I mean, what more can you say? They're currently 4-0. They beat the Jets, they beat the Dolphins, and they beat the Bills. The Bills was a tough win. They only won 16-10. The other two games they kind of dominated. They've just been all over it this year.
They also defeated a giant Cyclops on the way to one of their games.
Exactly.
Apparently.
Yeah. Sure. They're been really fun to watch, and they'll be actually in Washington, D.C. this weekend to take on the Redskins. So hopefully they can get to 5-0 on the year. So, so that's it for Robbie's favorites football recap for the past couple weeks. All right.
Now I'm sorry. I'm just picturing them all the Patriots just like literally just all tackling like this big Cyclops, and Tom Brady just like pegs it in the eye with like a football. I would love to see that. That'd be super awesome, super badass.
Anyway, that imagery aside, we're actually now going to throw it over to Kyle before we get to our pre-show eating.
Oh yes,
review, which is a good one this week. I know Kyle is very excited about his game review for this week because he actually has one. So Kyle, why don't you lay it on us?
All right, so I stumbled upon the absolute weirdest, and I'm talking about weirdest game I've played. Or one of the weirdest. There's a bunch of weird games out there, but so back in the PS1 era, do you guys remember? Okay, so do you guys remember in the '90s those Pepsi Man commercials where they would shout "Pepsi Man" and then he would appear and he'd be like running over and giving everyone their Pepsi and stuff like that? Well, it just so happens that developers who apparently had too much time and too much money decided to make a game based on Pepsi Man for the PS1. Yay! Yeah. So basically, you're probably thinking, Kyle, how is this a sports game? Well, so I just kind of stumbled upon this game. I ended up downloading it because it's actually, fun fact, it's a Japan-only game. So in order to find it, you might have to go online, go on eBay or Amazon or something like that. Maybe even Etsy has it. I don't know, Bonanza. One of those sites, they probably have like... So the point of the game, basically, though, to cut the chase, is... no pun intended, because you literally are running, and so it's a running game. It's literally, you're Pepsi Man. You control Pepsi Man in a 3D environment, and you run. You run around town, and it gets so ridiculous where it's like you have to dodge all these like fences, like barking dogs. There's like a trash truck that pulls up in front of you and just starts pegging trash at you. Like, yeah, it's a running game, and you have to. It's a game where you can actually kind of go back and beat your score. So you can play a level. Every level is all timed, and you try to beat the clock pretty much. So there's elements of the games where you're running towards the goal, and you have to give the Pepsi to everyone, or you're running away from something. Maybe there's a level where a big giant Pepsi truck pulls up, or like it crashes, and then the big Pepsi can from this building kind of starts chasing you down. So you have to run away from a giant Pepsi can. Yeah. And there's also, believe it or not, there's a skateboarding segment. Yeah. There's like these little mini tiny skateboard segments that you do in the game as Pepsi Man. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense whatsoever, but it's kind of fun. I can't call it a good game. It's just one of those games you just have to play. It's one of those like so bad it's good type of games. Like the mechanics are okay. it's a little clunky. You can definitely tell it's like an old PS1 game. I think it came out in like '97. But it's just one of those like doozies of a game. You just have to kind of. Oh, and you also, that's right. One of the things I forgot to mention, when you're running in the levels, in order to get more points, you can actually collect all these like floating Pepsi cans in the air and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous. It makes no sense. It's like a running platformer with like some skateboarding elements. It's just. I think the developers were just. It looked like they were having fun. They were just like, hey, let's just do it just because, So yeah, if you decide to, if you have a PS1 and or maybe I don't know if you need like a Japanese PS1 or anything like that to play the game, but if you can find a way to get the game, whether it's an actual physical copy or a ROM, if you guys are into ROMing and stuff like that, just check it out. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on it, but if you can find a way to play it, just for fun, just do it. Just go play it. Turn your brain off and go play Pepsi Man. Because, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate that, as always. So, hopefully you guys learned a lot about that. I was checking Twitter. But so now it's time for the last portion of our show, which is our pre-show dinner recap. And tonight we actually went to a place we haven't been to before, Regina's Pizzeria, a Boston staple. If you know Boston, you know pizza, you know Regina's. I mean, it's all over. There's locations all over the place. It's the official pizza of the Red Sox and a Fenway, but we went to like the OG Regina's, located in the North End on Thatcher Street, and folks, it was amazing.
It really was. Because the only time I've actually kind of tried pizza at Regina was I think at a food court, which was okay. It was food court pizza, whatever, it's give or take. But this was really good though. It kind of like it's a nice like just very simple Italian pizza.
It was great. They only have pizza there. They have nothing else, which is fine. I mean, they're a pizza place. I mean, true. And because and it's kind of cool. It's like kind of like a homey, like sort of intimate setting. You could sit at the little bar there, or you can sit, on a table. But it's great. I mean, the pizza's fantastic. I just don't have enough good things to say about it.
It was really good. It was just a classic Italian pizza.
Or there aren't enough good things to say about it, I would highly recommend. Mm-hmm. So, All right. So, thanks everybody for joining us as always this week. That's going to wrap it up for us. So, until next time, he's Kyle. I'm Robbie, signing off for On a Couch Talking Sports. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.